All right. We should be streaming.
Call me maybe.
Here's my number. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
So call me maybe.
I tell her it's a happy song. I needed happy.
It's not really though, but
it is
not,
a happy song.
Okay.
I mean, even though she gets ditched for the gay guy at the end. I hate it when gay guys get in my way.
Funny. I know.
They step in. Gay men used to love me. I mean, some still do, but I know you don't know what it's
now,
like.
Some would say
you don't know what it's like to have been cute once.
Actually,
it's okay. It's all right.
Actually,
it's
gay guys used to like me too.
No, they didn't.
They used to like me too.
Straight out of the DFW Metroplex, it's Saturday Morning Live with Jeff Fisher from Chewing the Fat and Brad Staggs from the Daily MoJo. Today's musical guest was going to be James Darren, and now here are your hosts, Brad Staggs and Jeff Fisher.
So do we get our money back or anything?
I don't know that we sent him money up front, but
okay.
this is the problem with planning ahead. I mean, we really get right down to it. This is a lesson in why you shouldn't plan ahead, because then all your plans...
Don't pay the full price until the job's done.
Right.
Give them a down payment maybe, but not the full price.
Right, exactly.
Not the full price.
They should die. All right, let's... I think we're...
Die.
From a technical standpoint,
die.
I said they might die. Not they should die. That was probably the wrong thing for me to say. Just saying. All right, I think I think everything's good. I think looks like we're streaming in all the right places. I
want YouTube to know that this show has accepted zero money from Tenet Media. We were willing at one point had they reached out, but they never did. So, just letting you know.
I didn't know the Lauren Chen thing extended all the way over there. By the way.
Well, just saying
no idea. That was.
I may have actually cashed a check or two had they reached out, but they never did. So
did you see
we should still be up on YouTube. We should still be up on YouTube because YouTube cut ties with anybody that had anything to do with Tenet.
Let's see.
I'm sure the long arm of the DOJ is reaching out to every social media company to get them to cut it.
Yep, we are. And Toby's in there over on the YouTube, but. Did you see how much money that they were in theory paying?
Yeah.
Was it Benny Johnson? Who's the other? Who's the one who was getting 400?
I mean, that's incredible amounts of money.
They never even asked me.
That's what I'm saying, but I just want to be clear that we didn't accept any. Okay, we weren't offered any, but we didn't accept any.
Right. I mean, it would have been. What exactly were they telling them they had to say?
Nothing. As far. Again, they did not ask me to do any kind of post for Tenet, but I got the impression that they were saying, "Hey, here's some money. When you have, when you do a story, do a story, this way or whatever. You know what I mean? Where you would, okay,
right?
Just do a story. Well, okay." I mean, that's what companies do all the time.
Yeah. I mean, but maybe what they did wrong was they didn't up front say, "Hey, we're getting money from
RT," which was under sanctions from the United States. That's the problem, and I get it. I understand. I understand, but it's okay. All right.
What if?
It is interesting how the last. 3 elections now that we have Russian disinformation stories about the same time in the media prior to the elections. I think that's happened in 2016. Yeah, it did. I think that happened in 2020. Oh, yeah, it did. And in 2020, I mean. And I think it happened this year. Oh, yeah, because it just happened. We're talking about it. So
But-
it's
but-
interesting.
All of those, and I've said it before, there are times when I tended to believe Vladimir Putin more than I would believe, I don't know,
Wow.
President of the United States. Which was
Wow.
disturbing to me as well.
Wow. I didn't know I was doing the show with Stu Bergier. I did not know I was doing this.
Does he? Does he like?
No,
I mean,
it's
I'm
not
saying-
Stu. It's not Stu.
It's not
No,
Stu,
he doesn't.
right.
That's
Not.
It's just,
I-
I just want to be clear. It's not me either.
It's,
So no,
I'm just
I'm
saying there
never-
were times
no.
that when they were accusing the Russians of even killing puppies, and I'm like, okay, this is starting to sound a little over the top. Not to say that they weren't, but I'm just saying that it was.
And that's why
Hey,
PETA hates me because we're killing puppies. I mean, shelters kill puppies all the time.
Right.
We just pretend like we don't realize it. Okay.
Right.
All right. Fine.
Space Hippie on Vacay is over in the I think it's the Rumble chat room, or maybe it's just the Real Saturday Morning Live chat room. I think that's what it is. An original
Oh wow,
babe.
we have one of those as well.
We
That's
do.
Awesome.
Yes.
Who's working
Wait a
that?
second. You're the one who came up with the damn. I had to buy the URL because you're out there spouting off all these URLs that no one has, and so we had to get realsaturdaymorninglive.com, and that was also because SaturdayMorningLive.com was like $26,000.
Oh right, yeah, they wanted way too much money
or
for that.
something like that, and Leprechaun is in there. Roger Rabbit is in there, and 2977 Deb is in
I
there.
love 2977.
To
Yeah.
me, she's 3,000 Deb. I mean, she's better. She's much better than.
I mean,
that.
you know her then.
Yeah. I mean, she's a good one. She is a good
So,
one.
we now know that the aliens have made it back to Earth, right? They released Starliner from the ISS last night.
They did.
And don't forget, earlier in the week we had sounds emanating from the Starliner when it was connected to the ISS.
And did you know those were the same sounds from Contact?
That would not surprise me.
They were the same sounds.
I don't know
from
that.
the
I
movie
don't know that
Contact.
they were the same. The same. So do you have
No, we
actual
played
audio
them.
evidence of that?
We played them both, yeah, and they're the same sound. Which
I'd like to. I don't believe you.
all right.
I mean, if we're gonna
Contact
do
movie
this, I mean,
sounds.
let's do this. I don't believe you. All I know is that the sounds emanating from the Starliner. Look, the sound system is just a complex issue system, and don't even worry about it. Okay.
Jesus. Pick it up on my...
Let me roll back.
Okay, point source confirmed. Whatever it is, it ain't local.
Position?
I checked interferometry somewhere in Lyra, I think.
That's the same tempo.
Want to take a ride?
I've
It's been
just
a while since I've seen that movie.
I
love
know.
that
I thought
movie.
I couldn't remember when it came out. It was like the 90s, right?
Like 8, 9.
Well, you can tell. Look at the monitors. I was saying, remember those big computer monitors?
I do. Yeah, I
Right.
do.
But it's the same. So that makes
when
me
did it
wonder
come out?
if it wasn't somebody dicking around with us and sending that file up into Starliner. But then on the other hand,
It didn't
It's-
sound like that though.
it's Boeing. You don't think it did?
No,
That was the same.
different kind of sound.
May
may have been similar.
This just had
May
more
have been
bass in
similar,
it,
but
but
it wasn't.
Come on. All right.
NORAD's not tracking any snoops in this vector. Shuttle endeavors.
that's pretty close.
97. Well, play it. Play the Starliner one then. I sent it to you this morning. I don't know what your deal
Well, I think
is.
but it's
Hoping to have it
everywhere.
ready to go, but
Here it is right
whatever.
here.
It's
There's a
just
strange noise coming through the speaker, and I didn't know if you could connect into the Starliner and let me.
okay. Pause that for just a second. I had to stop that. when I first heard it too. So this is Butch, whatever his freaking last name is, astronaut Butch, that stuck
Butch.
up the ISS.
Butch and Sunni.
Yeah, I believe it's Sunny. I believe she considers herself
good
Sunny
name,
when you
all
watch
right.
the interview. She calls herself Sunny.
Yeah, but Dana Bash doesn't know how to say her own name either. So
wait a minute. So Butch asked them, I don't know if you're able to configure the system.
they couldn't
I mean,
hear.
is he dumb? He's an astronaut. Of course you can. What are we
But they
talking
couldn't hear
about
it
here?
at first. When the first time he tried to play it for
Well,
him,
I know,
they're
but
like,
I'm
"No, we
talking about
couldn't
the
hear it."
configuration. Of course, they can configure the Starliner to hear the audio with Houston and the ISS, and between the ISS and Starliner. That's what they do. Now I realize it's Boeing. I got you, and NASA. I understand, but I mean, of course they can. If I found that interesting that Butch asked that question. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, but I mean, I'm just saying. There you go.
I don't know if it's something that maybe is connected.
But that's what you're
between
just saying.
here
But,
and there,
I just but.
making that happen, but
Yeah, make a
anyway,
connection
can you do
between
that?
here and there.
We can
Of course
configure
you
that,
can.
Butch. Give us a minute and I'll call you back when it's ready.
See, that's
That's-
not contact.
All right, Butch, that one came through.
That's
It was kinda
pretty
like a
much the
pulsing
same
noise.
noise.
No, it's not. It isn't. It's not even close.
That is the same noise. You just heard that
It
one,
is not.
and here's
Got it. Reading over
that's the
100
same
bits.
noise.
Jesus. Pick it up on my...
No, it's not.
It is. It's the same. It's the
is
same
not.
beat per minute. It's everything. It was the same noise. I'm just, and why
You
wouldn't it
keep
be?
telling
and,
yourself that, but it wasn't.
and it could be that we're dealing with aliens coming in from.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and now we've allowed it back on the planet because they released it from they finally uploaded the software so that it would undock from the ISS without the astronauts in it, and they did it last night, and then it landed in the middle of the desert last night, and at the end of this clip when it lands, you hear them say, "We just have to wait for a little bit." So I think they were monitoring to see if the aliens actually came out.
Let's see. Where is that? Hold on a second. That clip is this one. Oh, it is this. They all look alike.
Houston on 2. I've got a question about the
That it?
Starliner.
Houston's with you,
No,
Butch.
that's
Go
the
ahead.
strange noises.
Nope, that's the
Where the
strange
hell is the
noises.
one where it's landing?
Landing.
That's not it either.
No,
Is
not
it that one?
Not that one. That's not
It's that one.
landing.
Yeah,
that's
that's it
that
right
one
there.
right there. Yeah, yeah.
That's that one right
Touchdown,
there. I
New
knew
Mexico's
that
White
was, I knew
Sands.
that was. I knew that was it.
Touchdown. Starliner is back on Earth.
Wait a
That
second.
landing coming
Okay.
at-
Why did they have to land that in the desert?
That's where they landed
How come Elon lands in the ocean
White
on a
Sands.
boat?
because Elon's Falcon 9 rockets. That's why he was grounded last week for a couple of days because the one rocket screwed up and didn't land right and then crashed. And they grounded him for a few days until Elon was like, "Look, here's a practice one. It still works. There was some kind of screw up on the one Falcon 9 rocket because he returns them to the drone ships. He's the
Why
first
does
one
it
to do
look
that.
like that's been blasted by a nuclear bomb? There's something not right
Oh,
here.
It's nighttime in the middle of the desert.
How could it be nighttime?
Anyway.
We wouldn't be able to see it.
It's,
These are the questions I
and it's
want
the same
answered.
sound. Oh
It's
my
the same
gosh.
sound.
It's
It was the
not.
same
But
sound,
no,
and you're
continue
right.
that video. I want to hear what they say at the end.
Oh, they said something else?
11:01
All right.
and 35 seconds Central Time, 10:01 and 31 seconds Mountain Time at White Sands Space Armor at the U.S. Army's Missile Range in New Mexico. Our landing and recovery teams will now wait for clearance before making their way to
Wait
the
for
space
clearance. Yeah. Our landing and recovery team will wait for clearance.
When does
So,
clearance get there?
Starliner is
I know.
coming at
This is
So,
all.
Whatever was aboard, whatever complex audio system was aboard the Starliner is now on Earth, and I don't like it. Makes
I
me
don't
nervous.
get it. I don't
Makes-
get it. It's. Hang on. I'm working on
Now,
something
the
in
guy,
the background.
we
too.
talked to the guy that wrote Eminent, and the UFO guy. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the UAP guy.
Yeah.
And he pretty much believes they're already here. They've been here.
Right.
They're just not of human form. They pretty much. I would guess I didn't.
He thinks they're already
Yeah.
here, and
They've already been here. I've already been here, and we asked him so how come all the pictures are grainy and crappy, and we don't see any good pictures? And he said, we have, and so that
you
means
just
that he
haven't.
has,
Yeah.
His we is him, not us.
Yeah. Well, it's the Vegas thing. Remember the Vegas aliens and
Yeah.
the dude that looked at it with the investigative whatever the hell software he has, and he said they're cloaked and they're standing behind the fence, and everybody's like, nah. See, even when we are told that they are here and they're real, we don't believe it anyway. So they're going to walk in and take us over.
They've made all kinds of contact. See, I think they could have already. I'm not sure, and maybe they feel they already have. Just
Maybe.
a thought. Anyway, they could have already. They've made contact. They've made contact multiple times around the world in different places. And the what's his face? I can't think of his name. And he wrote Eminent. We talked to him, and I want to.
Bob Schmiegel.
Yes,
it was Bob Schmiegel.
Yeah, that's it. That's
sure
it.
that was him.
Bob Schmiegel is the UAP expert. Louis Elizondo.
Oh, Louis Elizondo. Yeah. Actually, space hippie on vacay. I think she knows him, or is that right? Space hippie on vacay chick. She knows Louis. She's into all this stuff.
On vacation as a she.
I know things and I fix stuff. That's what I do. And so therefore I know who to ask the questions of. And
right.
yeah, Lou Elizondo. So does she? All right. So space hippie, is Lou Elizondo, is he legit? Because I've heard he's not legit. I've heard that
he's legit. He's worked for the government forever.
My problem. That's exactly my problem.
Make him legit.
Right.
He broke away from the government when he's the guy that brought the UAPs to the forefront, right?
Right. Which is exactly what you would do if you were being set up as a false flag operation or a false flag whistleblower. Like Grush. Like David Grush, the NSA CIA guy. Do you trust him?
I don't know that I trust any of them.
That's the problem.
I don't know that I trust any of them.
And the new dude.
I know.
The new dude that is in charge of the Arrow thing, the UFO reporting site for the government. They've got some new guy in charge of that.
Oh yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, I don't trust that one either. They're not going to tell us anything. That's the problem. That
is the problem. Is they're not going to tell us anything. And I think that's also what Elizondo's issue is that he wants to, he needs to tell us something, which makes me think that he's for real. But
and he hangs out a lot with George Knapp. George Knapp used to be,
that
I guess
makes him okay.
Not necessarily, but George Knapp is he's long been investigating UFOs out in Vegas.
You know what? So have I. So have I. Why? How come all these coast to coast people? How come I'm not considered an expert? So have I. I don't like it. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. Good time, actually. I think
I'm a little jealous that I have not been on coast to coast and done coast to coast, broadcast on coast to coast.
My one in at coast to coast died. Made me very sad.
I know.
It made me very sad.
And George Norrie's been doing it for so long now, and he's just. And I know I get the reports of his numbers are better than ever, but
he's been doing it longer now than Art Bell ever did it, didn't he? Yeah,
I know. Yeah, yes, he has, and I feel like he is still pissed. This is just me. I have no inside information whatsoever. I just feel like the way he mentions Art from time to time, when he has to pay his respects to Art, I get the feeling that he does not like that at all.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. It's sad. It's sad.
I know.
Frankly.
I know.
Speaking of Vegas and sad,
Oh, yeah.
this is, of course, the Great Mirage volcano that it would explode a couple of times every evening.
Nice.
And
Is it gone now?
well, you tell me. Here is the where'd he go? The
We
dude
don't
over
need to
here.
see her again.
I want to see Carly Rae
I'm sick of
Jepsen.
seeing her already.
I liked her.
Here, this is over where Room Bar used to be. Lots of heavy equipment. Demolition is full speed
Yeah,
ahead
have a nice
already.
day.
Let's
This
get
is the
another
new
That's-
Hard Rock place?
That's yes. That's where the volcano used to be.
Lack thereof.
Yeah.
And this is from the Jack and what is the name of their? I want to give them proper credit. Hang on a second. It's the J&K Stay in Vegas channel on YouTube.
If you missed
J&K
it,
Stay
the
in.
movie is one-
J&K Stay in Vegas or Stay in, whatever the hell you just said.
Down by Treasure Island is still there, but look at
Look at that. Look at there's no more volcano. They're
all the
destroying.
way the parking structure now.
Well,
And take a look at
sometimes
the-
you got to knock it down to build it back
No.
up.
No, you
quote me
don't.
on that.
No, you don't.
Now,
Gotta
No,
knock
this
it
is
down
good.
to build it back
This
up.
is going to be where and the Tropicana's gone too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see where they've got a little bit at the end about the Tropicana. It's I think I've stayed at the Mirage, and I know I stayed at the Tropicana.
All
I had a-
routes run to the Raider Nation.
I
Think about it.
best story about the Tropicana. God, this must be 20 years ago now. Sitting in the video poker room downstairs at the Tropicana, just as you walked in the front door, and I had to.
So if I walked in the front door,
Front door
make a right,
on the
or
right,
a left,
yes.
or go walk
It'd be
on
a
the
right,
right,
right
left
there.
Would be the left would be the courtesy windows where they would
Yes.
take care of it. Go ahead.
So I'm sitting there playing, and this young lady comes up next to me. She sits down, and I'm thinking, well, she either likes me or, oh, wait, no, that's not what it is. And
she
she
likes
kept-
every man.
Right.
Has
It's
money.
weird. She certainly does enjoy my
She-
company.
She has a cameo.
Right. And then
At Jeffy JFR, by the way.
Yes,
cameo
exactly.
Is hers and my pimp. That's
Right.
the way it works. Yeah.
yeah, it's right there.
No,
So,
they-
so I'm sitting there. She's, eventually says, hey, I said, if we go upstairs, you're paying me. We didn't. So apparently she wasn't going to pay
so
me.
This is your Tropicana story?
Yeah. That's
Wow.
it. I mean, right. I just,
Well, I'm really surprised they tore it down. Tell you
all
that.
because she wouldn't pay me. And now it's gone.
Now it's gone. And now the memory is there, but nobody will believe you because Tropicana,
I know.
what? We don't even know about the Tropicana.
I can't even point it out anymore.
You can. You could say that's where it was.
That's where the baseball stadium's going to be.
Oh yeah. That baseball stadium looks great. By the way, the designs for that looks awesome.
Yeah, it's just not Vegas.
We're
Vegas
done.
is not.
We're
Just
done. I
it's
know,
not
Grandpa.
Vegas.
I know, Grandpa. Things change.
They
It's
do,
okay.
and I don't
Let me
like
get
them
you
to
some- let me get you
change.
some pudding.
I don't.
And it'll be okay.
Why do they always have to change? Why can't at least some things stay the same? Why is that?
Change is the only thing, honey.
The only
that
constant
is-
in life.
It is. Yeah, it's okay. It's
Uh,
okay. Come
yeah.
here.
Cougar Jackhole Diva says, "Morning, Erica. Please send prayers to." Oh, that's right. We lost another member of the family, of the Daily MoJo family, yesterday. Pink Floyd, Danny. And I think that he commented on a lot of your things too. He was Pink Floyd, and then he had to change his name because X kept permanently banning him because he was opinionated.
Oh,
And
bless his heart.
Yep, he lost his
X
battle with
banned him
cancer.
or Twitter banned him.
Twitter
Okay.
a number of times, but anyway, yeah. So I think it was Thursday that he moved on to the next realm,
Oh,
And
that's sad.
yeah,
So sad.
and but you know what? At least he doesn't have to deal with the crap we're dealing with now.
Well, that's the thing, Brad. Change.
Damn it.
That's the thing.
Now, Ron yesterday did have a good theory in that he said maybe what happens when you die is you move on to the next parallel dimension.
Maybe.
And that
Maybe you come back as a cockroach, or you come back as another human until you get it right. They believe that you come back, you die, and when you're in heaven or wherever you're born from,
right,
you choose your parents, and you go, okay, they're going to be. I want them, and then that extends to your life. And if you're robbing 7-Elevens and beating the crap out of grandmas on the street corner, you picked the wrong parent.
I guess that's possible.
The next time you got to get it right.
I guess that's possible.
Theories as well.
And maybe that's where deja vu comes in. Every time you get deja vu, that's when you've passed over into the next realm. I mean, deja vu has to be something, right?
You may have lived it before. If you believe that you had other lives, you may have experienced the same kind of thing at the same place before. That would be deja vu. I don't know that you would be passing into another realm.
Well, or that's the feeling you get when you move in, because you've for a split second experienced that in realm 1, and then deja vu, boom, you're in realm 2. And maybe that was the moment you died. It's possible.
Okay.
Prove me wrong.
I can't. So
I'm just saying.
I can't prove you wrong. I don't know that this story is real, but I love it. People in Ireland are covering up all the traffic cameras, and they've got drone operators now just dropping giant bags over the cameras for the government. I love it. Because in England, they're just chopping them down. In the UK, the neighborhoods are just chopping them down. And
is that possible?
I don't know. That's what I mean. I don't know that it's real. But
I want to believe it.
I do too. I want to as well. We've seen the footage, or at least I have seen the footage of the guys, destroying them in the United Kingdom. Although, the United Kingdom is pretty much lost these days anyway.
Right.
So are we. Oh, okay. Never mind.
See, that's why I don't want to feel that way this morning. I want to
call me baby.
Thank you. That's why I had to play Carly Rae and JT, and I was playing Frank Sinatra, Fly Me to the Moon.
Oh, jeez, come on.
Oh, no, that was good. Fly Me to the Moon. When they remastered that thing, that is bad to the bone. You got to like Frankie.
I do.
Frankie's cool.
I don't say anything bad about Frank Sinatra, even to this day. Okay, he has friends everywhere.
Right.
Tentacles are everywhere. Okay.
He could take you down.
He'd take you out quickly.
All right.
Quickly.
Quiz. Oxford University, the Aztecs. Which is older?
Oxford University.
Or the Aztecs?
Well, since you put it that way, it's probably Oxford, but I mean, Aztecs
I know. I was trying to think of a way to do it when it wouldn't, give it away. But whoever thinks of Oxford University being older than the Aztec civilization?
No, I don't. I don't know that the name. Okay, so the historical timeline.
Oxford, they have been teaching at Oxford University since 1096. And
so it wasn't Oxford, but I mean, that was their university there.
Well, no. As early as 1096, teaching had already started at Oxford.
Okay.
It had grown into a full-fledged university, replete. Okay, can we just say complete? Why do we have to say replete? With student housing at the school's 3 original halls of residence, University Balliol High. Oxford isn't the oldest university either, but it who is it now? The Indians, Nalanda.
I know you're talking about Oxford and the Aztecs and everything, but that promo was for the Texas-Michigan game, which starts at 11 a.m. Central, and I'm here for it.
We'll be done by then.
You damn right we will be.
The Aztecs didn't come along until 1325. I mean, that's just weird. That's one of those things that, because I've been doing all of this lately on the ancient technology and how they built the pyramids and how they made the obelisks. And it's hard to wrap your head around how long we've been here and how long the pyramids have been here and how long everything else has been here.
I would, put you in touch with the people over at the Institute and Creation Research, ICR, right there on the Dallas-Irving, Texas border. And they would,
what would they say?
They would.
How long do they think it's been around?
The Earth has been around for about, 7,000 years or something like that.
That's all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been longer than that.
Yeah, but you can think all you want. I'm just telling you that's what they believe. Go over there. Why don't you visit ICR? This is a promo. This is a promo for Institute and Creation Research.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Would you say 6,000 years? Isn't that what the Seventh-day Adventists say? 7,000, 6,000, 7,000. Because the pyramids in theory were built 5,000 years ago, which would have been 2,500 BC. No. 3,000 BC, because we're only at 2024. And I mean, the Sphinx they think is like 12,000 years old, and there's some other stuff they think is 27,000 years old.
The carbon dating thing is all wrong.
But you can't carbon date rock because it's not carbon based. So
correct, but you can tell by the levels of dirt that are above all of them.
I mean, in theory, you're supposed to be able to tell that kind of stuff. But look at this, because this thing just blows my mind. This is that obelisk over in Egypt that was never gotten out of its quarry. It's laying on its side, obviously. People are walking all over it. This is supposed to be like 1,200 tons. And then the way that, see all those little lines in the side there?
Yeah.
How perfect they are. They say that people using little melon-sized rocks beating on that rock is what formed this thing. And
it's even funny saying it.
I know.
Come on.
It's just stupid. I mean, that does not look like a bunch of people with little melon-sized rocks.
No, they didn't have 10,000 midgets chopping into the rock.
Right.
Perfect lines. I know. That's funny.
So what machine 5,000 years ago, whenever the hell this thing was built, what machine did they have to do that? And where is it? Well, we know where.
We should have the one guy on from ICR and let him talk to us about that. I can set that up. I love those guys over there.
Well,
because every time I see a story, now I went over there, they were very kind to us. They gave us a tour of the place. We even got to go in the back where they're doing, all this serious scientific research.
Right.
And when you leave there, you're like, wow. So every time you see a story, I see a story that I talk about, they find something that's, we're older than we thought. We're now 8 billion years older than we thought. And the ICR would be like, yeah, we're not. We're not.
So they say 7,000. All right. I need to, guys, I've heard you talk about them before, and 7,000. But even, okay, let's say we are 7,000 years old.
I think it might be 7,000 in a day or something. I don't remember the exact.
And 3 weeks. But even, okay, let's say we are 7,000 years. That's a long, long time. And
can I quote you on that?
You may. And
okay, thank you.
And how many, again, going back to this obelisk thing, they obviously had some sort of machine.
Say that.
You're welcome. I like to talk pretty. It throws. I don't like the word replete, but I do enjoy the word obelisk. And so anyway, if there was a machine that did that. Now, of course, if they did have a machine now, it would be rusted away and gone. But it's just mind-boggling to me. And maybe this is the stuff you think about when you're closer to death than you were yesterday. Maybe that's what it is. However,
I want to be clear. I'm like 8,000 years old. Okay, I'm older
Well,
than
then
what
tell
ICR
me,
says is the Earth.
how
And
did they
I'm
make
not
that?
I'm not thinking about obelisks. Okay, I don't.
You know,
They made the obelisk. No, I just
here's
want my pudding.
here's the thing with the Utes coming up today. And there's a bunch of these
Yes,
kids.
Grandpa. What
There
is it?
are. There's a bunch of Utes over on YouTube, and they're all, digging into this ancient technology. And I know people think I'm obsessing over ancient technology, but quite frankly, you know what? We're going to hell in a handbasket in this country. I don't want to obsess on that. I want to think about ancient technology. It gives me some form of comfort from the shitstorm. Anyhow, so these kids these days over on YouTube with all these channels are going, there's no way that, this stuff was built, 500 years ago or 1,000 years ago by, slaves running around in loincloths, because they look at it with these young minds and they go, that doesn't make any sense. What y'all have been teaching us is
you
crap.
looked at it with your old mind and thought the same thing.
Right.
So,
right. I want to believe there's something bigger. I want to make that discovery before I assume room temperature.
there's a book out there. What's the name of it?
Yes, I know. Actually, if you're about to spell it,
is it Bible? Is it Bib? What's it called? What is it?
sixth,
the Bible. That's what it is. The Bible.
6th grade spelling bee. My word in the 6th grade spelling bee was Bible. How do you spell? All right. Here we go. You are now me in the 6th grade in the spelling bee. Sonia Addistone is standing next to you, and she's about to steal it from you. And I say, your word is Bible. Go.
Can you give me a definition?
That wasn't available at the time. That was not available at the time.
Can you repeat the word?
Bible.
Is the clock ticking?
Yes, it is.
Bible.
Mm-hmm.
BYBLE. Bible. Oh no. Shoot, no.
And it's not Bible, according to them.
Wait, what? Of course
It's
it is.
capital Bible.
Oh, shut up.
And that's
you were robbed.
I thank
If
you.
That's true. You were robbed. If they gave that to, what's her name?
1976. Sonia Addistone.
Sonia. What? Sonia?
Sonia Addistone.
Yeah, screw
Ariston.
her. Screw
That's
her.
what I'm
She's still-
saying.
She's still got the ribbon or whatever. That
Yes.
should be taken away from her at this time. And she should mail it to you. Sonia, what's her name?
Addistone.
Sonia, if you are listening to this or hear this, or if someone knows Sonia,
I want my
what's her last
ribbon.
name?
Addistone.
She needs to mail that to
I want my
either
ribbon.
Doing the Fat or to MoJo 50. That's not hers.
I
That's
want my
embarrassing.
damned ribbon.
Yes, you were robbed.
I want my medal.
Is that what you won? What did you win?
I don't know, but it was
Some
probably
kind of ribbon?
something
Whatever
good.
it was, whatever ribbon it
Medal
was.
with a
Yeah,
ribbon on it.
That's agonizing. Whatever little piece of paper that says you were the
Yes.
spelling bee champion.
Yes. I want that too.
1970. When was it? 77?
76. 1976. It was the
And they
6th
gave
grade
it to
spelling bee.
Sonia. What was her name?
Addistone.
Yeah. Man, you deserve. That's ridiculous.
Sounds foreign, doesn't it? She was probably an illegal. I'm telling you, they were
That's
stealing stuff from me
Yes.
50 years
robbed.
ago.
You were robbed. That's agonizing.
Is it any wonder
I'm pissed. I'm pissed for you right now.
that my brain is so screwed up after all I've been through, after all I've seen, after everything that I've tried to do for all of you people?
It all started with highway robbery in 1976. May have started before then, actually, but this was just added on.
Noel Fan says, demand a review. Damn straight.
No doubt. I mean, that when you were, in 76, you weren't able to say, wait, what? What? No.
I know.
You took it. You were like, oh, they told me it was capital B. Today, I would hope that my kid would say, no, F that. What are we doing? If my kid didn't stand up and say, what?
Thank you.
F you. No, that's
right.
I spelled it correctly.
Thank you. That's what I need. That's what I need, and I
You
don't
have the support. You do have the support of me. on this.
Thank you. I feel better now. I really do.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry to interrupt, guys, but it's time for a quick break.
Uh-huh.
You'll be right back. And they're back. Brad Staggs and Jeff Fisher.
I love that so much.
It only makes sense if you're listening to the podcast.
I love that so much.
But it's the,
So good.
there's probably a different way to do it, but I don't know what it is. I don't.
No, it's fine.
It works.
I'm not Stu. Gets us in and out. It's fine.
He does. He does get us in and out. Now,
It's all good.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about.
Yes.
So, I'm listening to your stupid little thing you do on Wednesdays, whatever it's called.
Midweek malarkey.
Malarkey. Yeah.
The only good thing
And,
to come from Joe Biden.
Oh,
He did name it. He
it.
did name it.
So on your little thing that you do on Wednesdays that you call
Midweek malarkey.
or whatever,
Without Sonia Aristone.
No, screw her.
Right.
I'm not.
She got deported.
She wasn't supposed to. I guess she accepted it under protest. She accepted.
No,
the
she
victory
just
under
took it and
protest.
ran and probably gave it to all of her illegal family.
Yeah. So if you know Sonia
Aristone.
or have any connection with Sonia,
Aristone.
man, that needs to be returned.
It does.
immediately.
It really does.
And I'll settle for it being returned without an apology, but it should come with an apology.
Signed.
That you accepted this in 1976.
Signed.
Yes, thank you.
I
And
want
if
it signed.
Yeah. And if you'd like to, we'll send your number with the apology and we'll call so you can grovel and apologize on the show as well. But I want a written apology as well.
Just so you know, that is not her.
But if
That
you
is-
were to think of what Sonia
Aristone.
would look like, that would
Right.
be it.
That is not
That's
her,
what you
though.
think.
But there
How do
is
you
a
know?
Sonia Aristone
How do you know that's not
on
her?
Facebook. It just doesn't feel like her.
Okay.
Doesn't
All
feel
right.
like her.
Okay.
I don't. It may be her.
Well,
I don't know.
somebody needs
Anyway,
to reach out to any Sonia.
Sonia Aristone. I want
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah,
She
that
probably
has to
died in
happen.
1980 in some horrible car crash, and now we're going to get all kinds of grief. But you know what? She died.
Look, if she died, I'm sorry, but she
Illegitimately.
died under false pretenses.
Right. She should
with
be
this championship.
stripped posthumously of the
Yes.
6th grade
Yes, and I
spelling
bet you
bee.
the family still has the placard or whatever hanging up to remember dear old Sonia. We want it back.
I want it back. I
Yes.
want it back, and
I
I'll
want a
sue.
picture of it that you have hanging on the wall. I'm sorry that's the only thing that you have hanging on the wall that reminds you of Sonia. Sorry about it. We
It's
want it
mine.
back.
It's mine,
Yes.
and I want it now.
Yes.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Where were you going?
I have
It's you.
absolutely no idea.
Yes, you do. You knew where it was.
Absolutely no. I
What
know.
was it?
Oh. Well, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. With your stupid little Wednesday thing.
Oh, yeah. The
Midweek
stupid,
malarkey.
wait, hold on a sec. It's not stupid. It's good. It's
You were talking. You did the Cartnark story,
yes.
which we did a Cartnark story last week, which was really funny, and it was the little mini documentary on Mr. Cartnark.
Yep.
But you cut the Cartnark video off in the middle, and the video we didn't know how it ended. I'm still so pissed.
Well, I don't think
Did
that
it not end well?
it
It wasn't funny.
I'm trying to remember
Was the
what
big guy?
because he
big
was the guy
guy
who said he had like the fractured
handicapped?
vertebrae.
Yeah.
And I think he jumped out. What did he do? Hang
He
on. a
did
second.
jump out and he took the magnet off the front of the car and threw it back on, and then you stopped the video. And I'm like, Midweek
What did
Malarkey
he
can kiss
do?
my butt. I want to
Well,
know the
see,
end of
we
the
only
video.
have so much time during the course of the program, therefore we can't.
Do you? Is it locked in from the network?
It is. If you
Okay.
don't hit the hard
Okay.
brakes, you get points taken off.
All right.
It really
All
is. It's a bit nerve wracking, and I can't find the guy now. But
Oh no! I
It ha-
I can't go on.
it
go
happened
out of
to
my
me
way
at
to find the video.
Costco.
I
I
want you
watched
to-
the guy at Costco take the cart and put it into the space next to
Into
his
the handicapped area. Yeah.
as I was
space
walking to
between
put mine
the
back
cars.
into the damn corral, and he's just putting his next to in the space next. And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I didn't say anything. But
This
it's like,
this
dude,
is my
it's-
trick with that. This is my trick with that.
Mhm.
Okay. And I use this at Costco, so you can use it if you want.
bet I
I'll
know
give
what
it
you
to
do.
I'll give
I
it to
bet
you
I
for
know.
free.
All right.
You roll it up into that middle section, and the first person you see, I don't care if it's on the other side of the car or back behind you, you go, "Need a cart?" And if they say yes, you give it to them. And if they say no, you tried, and you leave it right there, and then you're done.
I do that. Sometimes when I walk in, I'll take the cart from somebody's hands. Sometimes it still has their stuff in it, and they're not really happy, but sometimes I'll just, and it's like, well, hurry up. I'm not going to walk real fast. You
Here's
can grab
thing.
the rest
It's
of
funny
it.
too. Having been in the grocery business forever, people believe that once they put it in the cart, it's theirs. I mean, they haven't paid for it yet. Now, outside the store, obviously they've paid for it, so it's their product. But I'm talking about in the store. You can take those carts. People get really pissed when you do, but you can take them. They're not theirs.
That's true. That wasn't that
paid for it
that
yet.
was George Carlin years ago.
I
That's
don't
not
know
your
if that-
stuff. That's
I don't know, but I mean, I worked at a grocery business forever. I used to work. There was one manager I used to work with when it would get really busy, and people would be lined up at the cash register. He'd be walking along, and he'd want to make sure everybody was okay, and say, "Yeah, we're getting to you. No problem. It's really busy." But he would always throw like a loaf of bread in the cart. He'd walk by, toss a loaf of bread in the cart, toss a bag of chips in the cart, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "If they don't catch it, that's an extra sale." Hilarious.
I like him already. All right,
Yeah,
now
hilarious.
I was able to find it. Hang on.
Am I right? Now, sir, I thought you had a lot of pain
Oh, yeah.
that you got out just to move this magnet from your car. So that seems to rebut your first point.
It don't reflect my first point.
Rebut.
Touch my car again, and you're asking to be arrested.
For what?
Don't reflect my first.
I'll put it over
point.
here where you can't see
The
it, okay?
comeback, Potsy.
Your ass will be arrested.
Now, sir, have you reconsidered?
And he gets up. He falls for the magnet fake.
See, I tricked you. I didn't put it on there.
One more time, bud.
Then what? Will you take your car back?
No, I'm not.
Why not? Again, there seems like a lot of pain that suddenly went away the moment you didn't like your magnet on your car. So,
Hilarious.
oh no, excuse me with this horn.
Oh.
Next time I'll fucking run your ass over. Don't touch me.
Well, sir, there's a pole in the way. You can't do that.
I think he said duck. I'm pretty sure he said duck. Wait a second. Hold on.
hilarious.
Why are we worried about whether he said duck or not? It's on Facebook. It already said it once on Facebook. They can't ding us for what he said already on his Facebook.
Right.
Thank you. And they'll spend more time arguing with the dude than it
You
would
could have already
take.
taken the cart back. You're right. And rolled the cart back. We're good.
But then you wouldn't end up on the episode of Cart Narcs.
No, well, you might, because he might do a montage of people that actually took the cart back.
Yeah, but nobody really.
We don't care about that.
No,
Yeah, we don't
exactly.
care. That's great. Yeah, we're not watching that. It's a good point. Why waste the time putting the montage
Right.
together?
That's
'Cause
like
nobody-
watching
we don't
somebody
care.
do a good deed.
Yeah, who cares?
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, we don't
All right.
care.
And I brought this up.
Okay, so again, we're not going to see the end. Is that the end?
There was no good. I mean,
what
that's.
the hell are we doing? The whole point was to see the end of this stupid video.
You mean
I'll
this
put it
one?
over here where you can't see it, okay?
Oh, hang on a second. That's a.
Time, bud.
Then what?
Here he is. Oh, he did. There. All right. Sorry. Here we go.
See, I'm moving away so you can't run my butt over. He's giving me a stare of death like I've never seen before in Arketeers.
So good.
Sir, have you reconsidered?
Just leave.
You better hope to God there ain't a magnet on that fender.
Just
Well,
leave.
what, sir?
What's
Will
his
you reconsider and
problem?
think about your
Right.
life?
No, I'm not. I'll be going to the police department.
And then lying to them about what damage means and destruction is?
It's not lying.
Sir, what does destruction mean?
I just told you, anything you do to someone's property is destruction.
Sir,
Doesn't matter if it damages the, doesn't matter if it damages the property or not. That is destruction.
define the
It
word
does,
destruction
though,
for me without
sir.
using car in it.
Get the fucking
You-
magnet off my car.
Sir,
By the way,
what's destruction?
language warning.
What does destruction mean?
He's maybe this. I didn't play the rest
Why are you
of
using
it.
curse words, sir?
But the thing
Sounds
is,
like me.
it's like that. That's the same thing as saying that if people put flyers under your windshield wiper,
Yeah.
that's destruction
Yeah,
of your
damage.
property,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
correct.
not.
All right, he's calling the cops.
Correct.
Now,
Why
sir,
doesn't this guy just leave? What's his problem?
That's the weird thing about this.
run me over.
It's a social experiment, and it's so
It really is.
bizarre because people will waste their last dying breath arguing over the cart instead of just getting out and putting the damn thing away.
He's arguing over the magnet.
Or the meaning of the word destruction.
Well, right, yes.
Magnet out of his car.
But he could have saved himself all that trouble. Let's see, where's
It
he?
just left.
I can't hear you, sir. What? You got friends?
And look,
If you want, you can ask me
this
that
is
part, number one. But number two, exaggerated claims about my own disability.
this is
called
5
assault,
minutes
and
in.
imaging thing, too.
Right.
Did he pull out?
Do the cops show up?
All right, Narcoteers. Well, we're going to chill here for a while. He's probably just going to leave. I assume he's just wasting police resources.
He's not
You know
going to
our
leave.
policy.
He's pissed.
Say goodbye. Don't forget your fender, sir.
Did he?
So our man here.
Yeah. See, no, that's where it stopped.
Number one, he's
So he didn't finish
Okay.
it.
All right. Sad.
We could have
There was no
stopped
point to
anywhere
play
in through
that.
there,
Yeah,
and it
there
wouldn't
was
have.
no point to play that. If I would have played that, you should have just stopped it earlier. Really.
Thank you. I did want your opinion on this because we discussed this.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I do.
I see. That's why you leave them wanting more. You leave them wanting more. That's the idea.
I should have just gone to Cartnark's site and looked at it myself. But
It's the when you kiss a beautiful woman, it's just that you lingering. You don't want to just slobber all over them. I mean, you may want to slobber all over them, but
whatever you say.
Don't slobber all over them. Just leave them wanting more. Having is not nearly as great a thing as wanting.
Huh? How about that? Go
All right.
ahead.
So this dude here, did you see this? The headline: the guys out in Lake Mead.
Yeah,
they
man,
were
it's so dry. They're climbing where the lake was on.
Well,
up to the
not
old levels of the
necessarily.
lake.
No, they got
okay.
up on this cliff, and let's see if there's a pre-roll of this stupid thing, which there probably is, which I don't
Sure there
want to
is.
see.
Yeah,
So all right, so while it's rolling through the pre-roll, they were indicted because they pushed rocks, 2 big chunks of an ancient rock formation over the edge of a cliff near the Redstone Dunes.
Oh my
and
gosh!
They, according
They're
to
allowed to climb there, right?
right, but you're not allowed to, apparently you're not allowed to
Destroy
move
them.
rocks.
Yeah.
But how is that destroying the rock? There.
A little girl screams as 2 men push chunks of red stone off the edge of
they
the
were doing it on
formation
purpose, too,
at the
bastard.
federally protected site.
Okay.
Yeah, they were doing it to see what it would be like.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't even go into the water.
Right.
It just went. Okay, how is that destroying the rocks? They moved them. I'm not saying what they did is right, and it's a dick move.
As a guy.
That's what we do.
There's a rock. Let's see what happens when we push it down.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, we're done. We do it a couple times. It's over. No big deal. Nothing big happened. We're moving on. Yeah.
And they let's see their trial, their jury trial is set for October 8th.
Do a jury trial and they might end up being found guilty and worse time with the jury. Because they're going to be portrayed as these evil anti-environmentalists destroying property that was so beautiful before.
How do you destroy a rock?
I hope he has a good attorney. Well, he's not. They're not destroying rocks.
No,
they're destroying the atmosphere and the legacy.
Right.
Of this beautiful formation that's been there for thousands of years.
Was it 140 million years? I swear I thought this thing.
See, that's what I mean. It's not 140 million years. You need to talk to ICR. That is not 140 million years. But go ahead.
I'm pretty sure. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think that this headline said 140 million year old.
I'm sure that they believe that, but we talk to ICR. It's not true.
So they face up to 10 years in prison if convicted, because apparently it's a felony, and was $1,000. They caused damage in excess of $1,000 by
Wait, in
moving
excess of
that rock.
$1,000. What? How are they getting a price for that?
I don't know.
Did it cost them what?
I don't know.
Guys come out and put the rocks back up?
And I don't even know that they did. And what, I mean, I don't know what fell off. I think part of my brain did. But they didn't. I mean, again, I'm not condoning what they did because, you know.
Kind of sounds like you are.
But I'm not. But how do we know the rocks weren't going to fall anyway? It's like those the Boy Scouts.
That's the whole thing. We don't know. Yeah.
Remember that 10 years ago? I brought that up yesterday, too.
In the park.
Utah.
In the park, yeah.
That was 10 years ago they pushed one over, and then Duckbill Rock in Oregon got pushed over like 7 years ago, which, again, I don't condone it. It's a dick move. But is it a felony to move rock?
No, that's not. I'm with you on that. What they did, no way, that's not a felony. The dingleberries that are pushing over the formations, because I don't consider that wall a formation, and maybe that's where we're differing in our, in our logic. These guys are climbing. You're allowing them to climb on it, so it can't be that precious.
What if you accidentally kicked one with your foot and moved a smaller rock over?
You're allowing them to climb on something that you consider precious. You've already lost, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, don't let humans climb on it then if it's so precious. But if you're destroying, an actual formation, that's
all right.
Problem.
What about somebody brought up Mount Rushmore? Didn't they destroy a beautiful natural rock formation by carving the hell out of it?
They most certainly did, and there's plenty of those damn Indians,
right?
That believe that.
We call them Redskins.
That believe that, but so what? We're the United States government, and we do what we want. So why don't you just shut up?
Unless you, but if you as a person, and again, if everybody did this, we'd have no more rock formations.
Right. Wouldn't we? Okay, wouldn't we?
And apparently they didn't even have signs out there. But what's a sign going to say? Moving of a rock is prohibited?
Yeah, destroying the. That's what I mean. They that's what I'm confused is that it's so precious, but we're allowing people to climb on it.
Right.
So and that we are. I mean, that's the question I have actually. Are we allowing people to climb on it? I mean, was it illegal for them to be there climbing on it in the first place?
Redstone Dunes. They didn't have any knowledge. Pushing a boulder was unlawful until the marshal showed up at the house 4 months later because they put the video on social media.
Online. Yep, they posted it online.
Yeah,
it'll be the ruination of us all.
The justice system presumes that all accused of a crime and presumed innocent unless proven otherwise in a court of law. Blah blah blah.
Does that even exist anymore?
No, it doesn't. That's just
go ahead.
The men were arrested by the United States Marshal Service.
Jeez.
It just when they show up at your door and you're like, "What? You push that rock over the edge."
We're here to talk to you. And is this video? This is of you kicking these rocks over. Yeah, you like it? Did you like it online?
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
They did change the headline because down here in the story it says damage to the federally protected formations, which were shaped over time out of 140 million year old sand dunes, is irreversible. Is it? How about you pick the damn rock? What if you made them go out there and pick the rock up and put it back?
Right.
Why on earth would you do this to an area that's so beautiful? It's one of my favorite places in the park, and they're up there just destroying it. I don't understand that, Haynes told CNN affiliate. I get it.
Who's Haynes?
I don't know. Somebody they interviewed.
Another hiker that goes through the park?
Right. It's some Karen going,
So Haynes, whether male or female, I don't want to judge.
Don't you dare gender. Don't you dare gender them.
That's what I'm saying. So Haynes is out there destroying it by walking all over it, but somebody knocks a rock over, and that's different. I don't think
it is now. It is in 2024.
Oh my gosh!
It's
agonizing. If they're allowed to climb on it, see, that's where I'm torn. If they're allowed to climb on it, then knocking a rock over, I'm sorry, is not a crime.
This,
you're allowing them to climb over.
and you can quote me on it, is just one more chink in our law's armor.
Oh yeah. Did you see
chink?
Did you see the story? I think we did it on one of the overtime episodes. See the story where the cop? It's a sad story because he died, but the guy throws a gun down a sewer in Washington D.C. and a cop climbs down into the sewer to get the gun, and then he kills himself. He shoots himself with that gun. No. I know. I don't know that it was if it was on purpose or if it was an accident, but he shoots himself with the gun. But
why do you bring that up now? We've got like 45 seconds.
To talk about. Oh, this is again. We're at it's the network clock we're on.
It's a hard break.
It is.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No,
you know what?
no.
When Bob calls and brings you those papers that you were supposed to see last week, you tell Bob that you wanted to take us over the hard network break.
Nope.
It's ponderous,
so a senior
man.
Citizen drove his brand new Corvette convertible out of the dealership, taking off down the road. He floored it to 80 miles an hour, and then he got pulled over by a state trooper. But the state trooper said, "Hey, I'm like 30 minutes away from ending my shift. So if you can give me an excuse why you were speeding and going down the road so fast that I've never heard before, I'll let you go." And the old man said, "Well, years ago, my wife ran off with a state trooper. I thought you were bringing her back. Have a good day, sir."
And on that note, the only question left to ask is, what are you going to do with the rest of your day now that Saturday Morning Live has come to an end? You're going to need a Jeffy fix at some point, and you can get it in all the right places. On X, at JeffyJFR. Send him an email, chewingthefat@theblaze.com. And remember, you can get a cameo from Jeffy, but it's not free. And if it's more of Brad Staggs that your heart needs, that's easy too. Follow him on all the socials at Real Brad Staggs. He never checks his email, but you can try brad@thedailymojo.com. Anything you guys want to add? Good, because I have somewhere to be in about 15 minutes. Watch The Daily Mojo Monday morning at 7, and Chewing the Fat drops again Monday afternoon. Until then, I'm not Stu, saying hasta la vista, baby!